Good morning, Leo. Welcome to your second half of November reading. And remember, these are general readings, even though they're sign specific. If you are interested in a reading on your personal specific situation, I'm open for readings. Just reach out to me either by email or book straight through on my Etsy shop. Both are in the description box. Let's see what you guys have going on for the second half of November. Okay. Two of Swords. King of Wands. Nine of Cups. Page of Cups. Page of Pentacles. Six of Wands. The Emperor. All right. Wow, Leo. Okay, we've got the Two of Swords clarified by the King of Wands. Then we have the Nine of Cups clarified by the Page of Cups, the Page of Pentacles clarified by the Six of Wands, and then the Emperor clarified by 22, which for me, this is kind of my twin flame union card. And so especially the fact that it comes out under the Emperor is kind of amazing. So, okay, so the Two of Swords, that's a card about, being at a crossroads. Kind of like not having made a decision yet, but, where there's kind of two paths or maybe more that you could take, but you're just not sure which is the best way to go. And that's clarified by the King of Wands. And honestly, how I'm seeing this is either you could be this King of Wands, because again, that's represents a fire sign. So Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or it could be that you were dealing with a King of Wands. Do you see what I mean? So in this situation, then there's the Nine of Cups, which is about wish fulfillment. And then the Page of Cups. I'm going to read this as if you're dealing with this person, but you may be this person. Okay. Leo, that'll just make it easier for me if I just read it one way and then just reverse it if this is you. But what I see is that you dealing with someone and not being sure about, making a decision about them. Because I see in the Nine of Cups that, to you, this person, was wish fulfillment. But that's clarified by the Page of Cups, which is about an apology. Okay. So you may have had some kind of interaction with this King of Wands in the past. The King of Wands energy is, again, it's fiery energy. It's a passionate king. He's tends to be more action oriented. He can get a little hot under the collar, right? He can pop off a little bit sometimes, but at the same time, he's a passionate and action oriented person. The King of Wands is probably like a fun guy to hang out with, you know what I mean? But yeah, there was something, and let me pull a little. Again, it's going to depend on the person. This is a general reading. The King of Swords. Oh, Leo, did you have a choice? Because, I did mention about, the Two of Swords is about having a choice and kind of not knowing which way is better. It looks like some of you may have had two people that you were deciding between. But perhaps that also kind of puts you in a situation where you ended up having to apologize, because you essentially kind of had a third party, or, again, that could be, it could be the other way around, that you were dealing with someone that had a third party. But so moving on, we've got this apology here. Then we've got the Page of Pentacles, which is about, it can be a small offer or gift. On this card, it's about new experiences. And I read this Page of Pentacles in this deck as kind of about giving to yourself, like, giving yourself something new, or, letting yourself do or explore some new activity. And then the Six of Wands, which is about victory. That's about success. And that's what, this card is ultimately saying, is whatever this situation was in the past, that, like, how you're going to win and grow is by investing in yourself, by exploring, the things that you enjoy that you may not even know that you enjoy yet, right? Trying new activities, meeting new people, eating in a new restaurant. You know what I mean? Like, going out and exploring the world for yourself. And, in the same way that a child would, we feel like once we're in our 20s and 30s and 40s that we know exactly what we want and what we like and all that stuff. But a lot of people won't try anything new past the age of like 20. You know what I mean? There are people who get really stuck in their ways. And so, when you break out of that energy, you break out of the routine and you start to go out and explore things for yourself and reconnect with things, like that is how you win. No two ways about it. Anytime you're investing in yourself, you're making a good investment. And what I'm seeing is kind of, and I'm guessing this is in the future, or you've just started doing this. But while you're doing that and just, focusing on enjoying yourself, enjoying these new experiences, enjoying, kind of that reinvestment of energy into yourself, we have an Emperor that shows up. So someone that is actually really mature, stable, consistent, emotionally supportive, present, that is where you end up. You may have thought, and you may have thought that, one or both of these people were potentially soulmates, twin flames. Maybe you weren't sure if they were false twin flame, whatever the case may be. But you may have been hanging on to one or more of these options because you felt like, well, like, this is my person and I got to stick it through. I got to hang in there because that's my person, right? And when you finally let that go and decide that it's been enough hurt for you and you don't want any more apologies, and you just go off and start exploring the world on your own, that is when your person shows up. So that's pretty cool. Okay, let's get some guidance on this situation. Anxiety isn't trying to limit you, but free you from a situation that no longer feels good. What is your discomfort trying to free you from? Yeah, and so, okay, discomfort, right? Because when people talk about the comfort zone, right? No growth happens within the comfort zone. So we have to expect to be uncomfortable when we are trying to grow, when we are a space of trying to grow. But it's something that can be tricky to figure out, right? Is that also, like, if there are situations and relationships, right? That all relationships have issues. All relationships have conflict. All relationships have problems. And that's why, both parties need to be mature and communicative and, and committed to working on those issues. Because if you're looking for a relationship where none of those things exist, that's not real. That's not real, right? All relationships have issues, but sometimes we can stay too long in a situation that doesn't serve us because we're attached to some concept. You know, if we're attached to them being our twin flame or a soulmate or whatever, and we have this vision that we put in our mind of the way that we think that things, you know, can work. And I think it's absolutely right to spend some time, even if it's uncomfortable, in a situation to explore it, right? But be cognizant that, like, when there are things, particular like red flags, especially, right? Keep an eye out for those, because then if you see them enough and you see that they are a pattern, that they are part of this person's pattern of behavior, that is the point at which the discomfort and anxiety within you is trying to tell you to leave. That is your intuition saying enough is enough, right? But so it can be tricky, because especially if you struggle with anxiety, you know, that you're not sure if you've got intuition or you've got fears, right? But that's what you should be looking for in terms of the kind of discomfort that is telling us to leave is patterns of behavior. Patterns of behavior. Okay, not one-off things of like, oh, this person said something insensitive. That's a one-off thing. But if it's a chronic pattern of, you know, making, you know, kind of blue comments that have racist undertones or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, then that's a pattern of behavior. And that probably does indicate on some level that person's true thoughts, feelings, or intentions. So, you know, there's a little discernment that needs to be used with that. Okay. Destined to release, South Node. Yeah, so you're going to be in a period of having to release a lot of the past, a lot of the energies that you no longer resonate with, because you're on a journey here. You're on a journey of exploration, and you're going to be bringing new things and new energies in your life, and you're going to have to shed some of that old stuff in order to make that work. You know, and a lot of times too, if we keep people from lower vibrations around us, they tend to want to drag us back. You know, they'll call you crazy. They'll call you like whatever. Oh, you know, you're doing this new age spirituality kick. It's not a real thing. Like, you don't have to listen to anybody, right? You're on a journey, 100%. Yeah, I very much see that for you here. And just embrace it as such. Okay, one last one. Options. Love it. Yeah. As I open to the abundant possibilities of my life, I'm reminded that I always have unlimited options. Life is a buffet, and I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest without limiting thoughts like you can't put mac and cheese on your baked potato. That sounds amazing, actually. Right? So yeah, you're embrace that, because again, that's how that next level comes along. But don't look towards that. Just enjoy this process of exploring who you are and exploring new experiences and exploring what brings you joy. You know, try everything in the buffet, you know, but really when it comes to everything, go out and try new things and start figuring out what you like and what you want to learn and what you want to enjoy and who you want to be around. Okay. All right. I hope that helps, Leo. This is great reading. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, and if it resonated for you, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you again soon. Thanks, Leo.